Yo, 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 yo. Oh, wait, let me set up my other camera. What's good, chat? Y'all, we are back with day two. I know stream kind of ended unexpectedly. I had somewhere I had to go really quick. Um, and I tried to fix the problem that I was having yesterday, and I was unsuccessful. I'll put it that way. And I was so unsuccessful to the point where I completely stopped getting a post. Like it wouldn't even like the PC. Every time I turned the PC on, it literally wouldn't even post into the BIOS anymore. So I threw in a flag. I threw in a towel, and I gave up. But what I did do, because I am a Amazon Prime member, I ordered the same motherboard that I currently use in my personal PC, the Gigabyte B550 MK, which is a pretty good budget motherboard in my opinion, at least. Um, and yeah, it's been really reliable for when I've used it. Um, and I haven't had to really worry about any additional problems or anything. By the way, Drift, I did check out your video, bro. I liked it. I did forget the comment because I was kind of busy yesterday, but I was able to check it out, bro. Definitely, I think you should continue going with the content, bro. Just try to stay consistent with it as much as possible, man. But actually, let me bring this a little closer so y'all can see. This is motherboard prep because I didn't. This is what I didn't do yesterday. So I didn't. I already had the motherboard prepped before the case came in. So um, I didn't really show the motherboard prep, but we're gonna do that here. Actually, let me bring it. Let me put my webcam up here so you guys can see the full like angle. Yeah, just so I can get a better angle of the motherboard prep. And let me see. Yeah, this could say. Yeah, so we're gonna do motherboard prep. We already have the case set up, power supply, cable managed in the back, things of that nature. Yeah, I just started YouTube. Damn, I only got my phone here set up. Is so cool. Oh yeah, man. It took me time though. Like, believe it or not, and this is something a lot of people don't know about me, bro. Believe it or not, I started on a school Chromebook and a freaking iPhone 7 using Stream Champ to stream Fortnite mobile. Like I used to host mobile customs back in the day. If you go to like some of my most popular streams, they were from the mobile days before it got banned, after it got banned. I started on an iPhone 7. If y'all don't know, an iPhone 7, like this is my 11. The iPhone 7 stops like right there. Like from where my hand is cut off, that's like the whole size of the screen. Playing 30 FPS on a controller, like an average of like 60 ping. Like, bro, it does not matter where you start. What matters is what you do with it. Like, I started from having Xbox 3. No, I had an Xbox One, but I didn't know how to stream from my Xbox One to YouTube. And YouTube was like my main platform. I had an Xbox One, and I ended up, um, figuring out how to stream from there and just upgrade it over time. Just gotta trust the process and stay consistent. Yo, what's up? What's the new specs? So this isn't my personal build. That's what I did yesterday. So today, well, for those who missed the stream yesterday, today what I'm doing is I originally bought a separate PC specs for a friend's PC. I was supposed to be building for him, and I was gonna send it out to him. The problem was that my understanding he wasn't the most mature with his finances, in my opinion, or at least based on what he was saying, and ended up not having the funds to be able to pay me for or buy the PC. So I decided I'm gonna just build it, finish it, build it, and then I'm gonna resell it on Marketplace, which I have it listed already because I took some really good pictures. Because if for those who was here yesterday, y'all seen how good the pictures turned out. So I took some really good pictures. It's listed on Facebook Marketplace now. Well, off stream, I had probably one of the scariest experiences of my life, bro. So I was taking off the cooler and everything from my from the motherboard because, like I said, I couldn't get a post, and I'm starting to think I got scammed from Marketplace. Like it was fine, but I just couldn't get a post, so I ended up having to, like, you know, pack it up basically. That's the simple way to put it. I just tapped out and just grabbed a new motherboard. But literally, I was trying to take the CPU cooler off the CPU, and like the whole thing came out. So thankfully, I'm praying that nothing was damaged internally, but there's no bent pins. Like when I tell you, it took a crazy amount of force to just take this freaking cooler off, that it ended up, the CPU ended up coming out as well. But I double checked and triple checked the CPU. There's no bent pins at all. If y'all want to look at it a little closer, there's no bent pins. I put it on several different angles. There's no bent pins, so everything should theoretically work perfectly fine. And let me just double check. Yeah, it's this corner. But man, oh man, I was scared because I did not want to have to rebuy a 5500. I got this one a pretty good deal on Marketplace. I bought this 5500 used for $60, and it came with the cooler, so I could save money on that. I didn't have to put any more money into the cooler. So I mean, it looks like the, well, because this is a stock cooler, this goes right on the CPU, or this can go right on the cooler. It's not like an AIO. Thanks for the likes too, by the way. Hey bro, how are you? I'm great. I'm great. It is raining. Like it just, oh my god, I just got thermal paste all over the place. Holy Christ. Hold on, let me get it. No. Um, Good thing is all this can be cleaned. Good lord, bro. I forgot that this thermal paste is so complicated, bro. And it's like overly slimy, like for no reason. I'm very smart with hardware, but I'm learning. Hey man, it takes practice to really like get it, like fully get it. But once you do, it's like second nature, bro. Like this would be, in my lifetime, this would be my fourth PC build. This would be my second total though, because I've upgraded my PC, my personal PC, 3 times. And then this will be my fourth PC that I've built. Um, from scratch. Well, now from scratch, because I had to reprep the motherboard and things of that nature, because I had to grab a new one. But we got a thermal paste onto the CPU cooler. Usually, like, because I'm gonna be selling this, I want to put a decent amount, but I don't want to put too much, because I think I put too much on the last time, and that's why the shit was like not coming off. But I don't want to make that same mistake again. I had a family friend build my PC. Yeah, bro, it's way better. Like, in my opinion, you can get better specs if you take the time to. It's worth it to take the time to learn how to build PCs, because I think you can get better specs. Um, Plus, I like this motherboard over the last one anyway because it's just a lot simpler. This is the same motherboard I had, so I already know the BIOS and how everything works with this motherboard, because this is literally the same one that's on my build currently. Um, but yeah, so I gotta be careful with this because I don't want to mess it up. But this cooler is really cool though. Gotta hook these on. But it's worth learning how to do it though. I can definitely say. Oh wait, the cord is in the way. Because it's not hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, people make it seem harder than it actually is. It's really not that hard. Like that, I can guarantee. get that bad boy on there. Yep, both sides are on. And then we flip this over. Then we take this cable, wrap it around, and then insert it right there in the power cable. And boom. The full motherboard prep is done just like that. What I do need to do, which I don't have the screws in here. I need to go grab the extra screws that I have. I have a whole lot of motherboard screws. Like, I have a whole lot. And for the record, I am starting, like, I'm considering starting my own, like, building, PC building company. Like, I mean, obviously, there's a lot to, like, learn about it because, like, a lot of these pre-built companies, they have, like, suppliers and things of that nature. I would get a friend to build one. You watching? Okay. Cheaper. Yeah, it's way cheaper to build a PC yourself, trust me. Like literally, it's not worth buying a pre-built unless two things. One, you just don't want to build it yourself, and two, you have the extra money to spend. And like understand that you'll be spending more money to get less better specs, if that makes sense. So you will be spending, say there's a PC for is 2K for a 3060. Yeah, that right there is a prime example of what I mean. So say, I mean, we'll use that. You got a PC for 2K and it comes with a 3060 graphics card. If you have a $2,000 budget, two things are happening. One, you're easily on AM5. There's no way I don't even think you can max. I don't even think a maxed out AM4 gaming PC costs that much. I mean, unless I mean maybe if you get no, because even if you get the best CPU for AM4, which is the 5800 X3D, that's like 330, I think, on Newegg. Then you would have to get like a really good motherboard, which is give or take another $120. So that's 430, 440. We'll just say 450 to round it up because after tax. Then um so that's 450 for the CPU motherboard, and that's assuming you can't find a combo, because on Newegg they have some combos. Zen, thanks for the follow too, by the way. I'm just trying to build it myself or like upgrade it. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like if you build your PC yourself, you are in 100% control of the upgrade path. Like it's that simple. Um, so that's we'll just say that's 450 motherboard CPU. That's 2 out of 6 out of 8. Then GPU, I think the obvious answer, if you have a 2K budget and you're trying to stay on AM4, would be to go with like a 9070 XT, or I don't know what the performance is between a 9070 XT and the 5080, but I know the 5080 is up there. That'll definitely eat up half of your budget easily. Because the 5080, I believe, goes for like I don't know, like 1K, 1500. No, I'm lying. The 5070 goes for 1K. The 5080 is closer to like 15 to 2K. So I wouldn't recommend a 5080, but a 9070 XT 16 gig is like give or take. You'll find one for like 670 to 700. So I would go with that. So that's another 700, which puts you at 1150, and then that's the main components. Oh, RAM, I'm sorry. 32 gigs of RAM, DDR4, like these go for I think 220, 230. 5060 or 50 or I said 5060, 4060 or 4070 Ti. Easily, if well, the 4070 Ti is the way better option over the 4060. The 4060's performance is pretty close to like the 3060. I just did a comparison last night actually, because the GPU that's going in this build is a 2060. Even though it's an older card, it's a really good card to pair with the 5500, because it's not, even though technically the 5500 is bottlenecking the 2060, it's still a somewhat balanced build for the budget side, because budget PCs is really $600 or less. That's what people like fail to realize. Like when I see these people on marketplace selling their specs say budget PCs, but they're selling it for $700-800. Even some are 600, but it has like a 3600 and like a 3060. It's like, gang, that's a $500 to $550 bill possibly. Like the 3600 is like a crazy bottleneck. Well, it's not a crazy bottleneck, but it's a decent enough bottleneck for the 3060. So I don't know. I mean, I don't get, people just fail to realize that, like, I have mine listed for I have mine listed for 550, but that's the start. I'm not expecting to sell it at 550. That's the other thing about marketplace. If y'all are ever looking for a gaming PC, you, whatever the person's listing price is, always request that, like, offer something that's lower than that, because especially if you know information about what you're buying. In this case, if you know about PCs somewhat, then you would know that most of the stuff that these people list aren't even aren't even worth that much. They're not worth nearly what they're listed for. I don't know if anyone asked this before, but how much all of this costs? Are you referring to what I paid for this build and my build, or are you talking about just building your own PC itself? Because if you're building it yourself, are you, yeah, to the first question or the second question? Just so I know how to properly answer it. What games do you play on your personal PC? Mainly Fortnite. And I have BO2. BO2 is like a game I grew up playing. That was like my childhood right there, man. For those the diehard BO2 fans, bro, I know y'all out there still. All right, screwdriver. We can put all the rest of it. Close this up. Hmm, put that in there. I also got Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You said the first question. Okay, so here's the thing. For the build I was supposed to no, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you. This build that I'm building now is for, I'm reselling it. That's why the title is building my resale PC, because this is the PC I'm reselling. My bad. I didn't mean to ignore you. I was trying to think and I was reading the last dude's question. Um but hold on, let me lift my camera up a little bit. But yeah, so hold on. Oh boy, I got caught. Take the back panel off. And tried to do this without having to take the back panel off, but it seems like I'm gonna have to. But it's fine. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. All right, there we go. That way I can properly install the dang motherboard. That back on. I had to remove the I had to move around the motherboard cable, and of course reinstall the IO shield because the IO shield was not installed properly. Because I was kind of I may or may not have been rushing, but see, my what, bro? This is like the third person to say that, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Oh my goodness, bro, brave as hell, not worrying about static. What do you mean static? Are you referring to like mic static, or I'm confused? I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, to answer your question, this build I used, I did use, I bought a couple things used. My GPU, the GPU was used. I used to use it, the 2060, before I upgraded to a 3070. And what else is used? The power supply. This is the same power supply I used to use, but everything else is brand new. Um, the cooler that I got, actually, I got off of Marketplace. I'm at off not off Marketplace. I got it off at Amazon. Because I didn't really want to use the stock cooler that came with the 5500, so that one fits it as well. And honestly, in my opinion, looks better. It has its own RGB. Vertical GPU or not? No, this one is gonna be normal, just the normal orientation of a GPU. It's not gonna be nothing fancy. It's really a basic build. It's not gonna be nothing too crazy. Where the heck did I put my IO shield at? Oh, it's right here. Because I'm over here trying to put the motherboard in. It didn't even realize that I didn't put the IO shield in first. But I had to buy this motherboard because the last one was being really difficult yesterday, and I had to I tried to fix it. I tried to troubleshoot it, and nothing was working. Why is this IO shield being difficult? Was it backwards? Imagine. Imagine it was backwards, and I'm wondering why it's not going in because it's backwards. There we go. Move that over. Everything up. The IO shield. Everything back out. Of course it did. Bro, I swear, like, the IO shield's got to be the hardest part to freaking install. Like, I've had harder times installing the freaking IO shield properly because there's a proper way for it to be installed. I think I've had harder times installing this thing properly than I have with literally any other component. Like, I think that this has been like the hardest freaking thing to install. All right, let's just make sure all the screws are lined up. All right, screw number one. Where's my screwdriver? Screw that corner in first. All right, that screws in. All right, let's see what other ones. One top corner. What other screws do we need? I think that bottom one. Who else used to find the most off-brand Minecraft game costs a real one? I ain't gonna lie. When I was younger, I used to, bro. Cause like, bro, paying $6.90. What was it? $6.99, right, on mobile. Like paying $6.99 to play Minecraft was just diabolical, bro. It's like game. I was a kid. I'm just trying to play the game. But I had a homie who had Minecraft too. He was like a sweat. He was like a full sweat in Minecraft. Like he knew everything. I did not do none of that shit. Like dude was a try hard. Like when I tell you. Alrighty. Trying to think. I think that's everything. Yeah. All right. Let's do pre-wiring with the audio cable. All right. We're good. Making a new PC. Technically, yes, but this PC is was most of the parts I already had. I just had to swap the motherboard or buy a brand new one. Um, which honestly, in a sense, kind of increases. It works out for me because it increases the value. What's up, Kaya? How you doing? It increases the value of it. So when I resell it, I can sell it for a bit of a higher price or more of a like retail price. Like if someone else was to gather all these parts and build them, that'd be I'm selling it for probably a little under what that price would look like. Oh boy. Oh, I gotta take the back panel off again. Don't get scared, guys. The cable management is average at best. Say no. It wasn't that bad, honestly. It was. It is kind of rough, I will admit, but it's not as bad as you may think. Bro, you gotta be kidding me. The freaking, bro, the USB freaking cable, case cable got stuck behind the motherboard. So now I have to loosen it up just to freaking release it. Gotta be kidding me. There we go. And all right, there we go. Everything decided they wanted to get freaking stuck right there. There we go. So, I can put the back panel back on. Did your other PC? Did your other PC work? This is the rebuild, but yes, my personal PC is up and running, and it honestly looks clean. Hold on, let me show y'all with one of my cameras. Give me a second. Look, this is it right here. I want the glares in a way. This is it right here, and then when you turn it on, that thing look clean. I'm not even gonna lie. 6 fans, 3 intake, 3 exhaust, AIO 3070, 32 gigs of RAM. It's pretty clean. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm definitely loving it. I need to get some like an aesthetic to put like down here, something. I need to put something down there, but yeah, like I really like it. It looks really good. But definitely feeling good about it, feeling great about it. Yeah. Yo, that's GT. What? GT 740? Make sure you tighten the screws to the flux. What? What is that? I never heard of that. Like I'm not even joking. Like I'm dead serious. Like I never heard of that before. And I need the where'd this cable go? I need the USB cable. Here it is. So that way this person can use the that's the other thing I like about this motherboard. All the basic case cables are right there. On the last motherboard that stuff wasn't there. But yeah, so it definitely looks good though. 100%. Um this thing, I swear, some of this stuff changes a little bit. PC P LED plus and minus top left. Get it in there. It's being difficult right now. What goes to the bottom? HD, which is here. HD LED goes at the bottom. Actually, let me take these out. Put that down first, just so I can see better. That's all the way in. I can put these in here. I'm not gonna lie. The very first time I built my PC, the hardest part was freaking installing these mini case cables. because they're so small and it's like really hard to like see and stuff. Reset. Reset goes what next? Yeah, it goes next. There we go. Then the last thing is the power SW, which goes at the bottom left. Am I right? All right, and that is wait, I'm missing something. No, I'm not missing something. I don't even know what this goes to exactly, but we're gonna just put that back there. Alrighty, so now all of this stuff is back in action. Before I add the GPU, let me finish wiring everything up just so that part is good to go. Bruh, why is this 24 pin being difficult? Go into place. Thank you. Stop playing. Alrighty. Cable management isn't terrible though. It definitely could be better, but you know, it's not. It ain't. The thing closes. Honestly, believe it or not, this cable management is way better than the cable management was when I first built my PC. When I first used this case to build my PC, the freaking back plate would not close like at all. It just wouldn't close. I believe it should. It kind of does, but this naturally doesn't uh have a lot of space, really. But we are going to hook this up and we're going to be testing it out. Um, we're gonna down. I'm probably gonna log in on my account, on my Epic account, download Fortnite, and just test it on his PC. And I might download Steam too to test BO2. And go from there. Oh, W. Any? What are you doing, brother? Any questions or already? So this is a PC that I'm reselling now. It was originally supposed to be for a friend, but that friend ended up not being able to get the PC anymore. So I had to upgrade a few of the parts because he had a really low budget of 350 to 370 to 400. Um, and originally this was supposed to be his, but um, he ended up not getting it anymore, or we ended up not doing it. So, and this is my 2060 triple fan ROG Strict. Really good card. I love it. I love it. Oh, let me take these screws out. Mounting screws. Holy diplomas. Academic weapon. Yeah, bro. I am a bit of a sweat. So hold on. Let me adjust my camera real quick so I can see everything. Show this top one. So yep, over there from. We just gonna cut it right there. So the wall over here with the blue backgrounds, those awards, all of those awards are athletic awards that I got from freshman all the way to senior year. The second one on the top row is my high school diploma. I graduated from high school in 2025, which was last year. Um, Everything to the left is all honor roll awards. So from the top over there where that blue one is down to this row, all the way down, all those are honor roll awards. Unfortunately, the only reason why I have a total of 13 instead of 16 is because my school only gave one fourth quarter honor like awards. Had only one fourth quarter award ceremony, so I got honor roll the last 3 years for that fourth quarter as well, but they ended up not giving out an award, which didn't really understand why. But yeah, and then under the one to the far left is my National Honor Society certificate. To get in National Honor Society, I think you had to maintain a 3.0 or better. I mean, I finished high school with a 3.83, so that just gives you a little context. Plus, I joined National Honor Society my junior year, I believe, of high school. But yeah, so that's just a little bit of a background. Yes, I'm a academic nerd, indeed. And I finished my first semester of college last year with a 3.5, three B's and three A's and three B's. So I'm definitely a bit of a sweat. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm about to go to school in less than 2 weeks on a full ride scholarship. What GPU? What was your GPU? This is the RTX 2060. Probably one of the best budget per dollar value cards on the market, on a used market. This was the first graphics card I upgraded to when I first got my PC. And did me some justice. And I was trying to sell it individually, but dudes kept lowballing me. Like, chat, I was getting $70, $90 offers. Some were $100. I paid 135 for this used. If you try to go on like eBay or something for well, this card is extremely overpriced on eBay. But like, if you search and like even I think on I didn't check PC Part Picker, but bro, this card is more valuable than the regular 2060 dual fans for two things. One, obviously it's the same performance. Let's just put that out there. It's still a RTX 2060 non-super. Let's just put that out there. But this card's different because it has RGB, which, if you know, getting regular, like, that's like the comparison of regular RAM and Corsair Vengeance RGB RAM. Like, you can get the same 16 gig, because I think Corsair Vengeance is primarily DDR5. But if you search it up, you can get a 6,000 megahertz Corsair Vengeance for like $600 brand new. But if you get a regular DDR5 kit of RAM, it's like $200 to $300 less. Search it up if you don't believe me, because I could be wrong, but I'm almost certain that I'm not. Like, you can literally get it. Like, having RGB definitely does raise the value of it because it's not made the exact. It has the same. It's made with the same performance, but it's not made the same way as the rest of the cards, and it naturally makes it a little bit more valuable. And it has triple fans, which is an extra fan for cooling, and it provides like the best cooling and temperatures. I think the highest, and this was in a GPU demanding game. When I played BO2 or BO3 on this thing, I think the hottest I seen this was probably like 45 degrees Celsius, maybe 50, but 45 was like the most on average. But this thing stays really cool, which is a good thing obviously for gaming because the cooler the temperatures of your like hardware, the better performance is gonna give. Like, say a dual fan is overheating, it's like just because it's a dual fan and it's like because it's overheating, that's the reason why it's like I don't know what am I trying to say. That's the reason why it's like not as efficient and stuff. Like, you lose performance no matter if it's a dual fan, triple fan, single fan. Like, if it's overheating and it's not keeping the GPU itself cool, or the GPU itself isn't cool, then it's gonna overheat, which is ultimately gonna result in less performance. Having a triple fan makes sure that performance that guarantees that your performance is gonna be good. Basically, you have you have fans on auto or manual. They're on auto. They're on auto. I never like attempted to use manual GPU fans. Because I mean, like, that is techie, and I know a good amount, but I'm not perfect. I'm not advanced on all things technology when it comes to PCs. But I know like the bare minimum stuff. I'll put it that way. And this is it. Okay, or not. I am missing a cable. I think that's why I didn't turn on. Give me a second. Let me see. Something must not be plugged in. Yeah, I think I see it. Hold on. I gotta take out the GPU. Something's not plugged in, guys. I think. I'm like 90% sure. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm like scared though because like I hope the freaking CPU didn't break, bro. Like, it doesn't visibly seem like there's anything wrong with it, and the pins aren't like bent. I just hope it didn't break, bro. Because like I had to apply a lot of force to take it out yesterday. sure, and I gotta make sure everything is in the proper slot too. All right. Make sure everything's plugged in all the way. This is seated properly. Checking the. Hold on, where's my flashlight? Where'd my phone go? Oh, it's right here. I need to just double. Oh, it's dead. Of course it is. Of course it is. HD. Reset. I swear I feel like I'm missing something. But I mean I'm not though. Wait. PW Plus. I don't think I'm missing something. Let me check. Let me just double check. Because I got a feeling I'm missing something. What's the specs on this build? It has a 5500 RTX 2060, 32 gigs of RAM. And like 90% of the PC is brand new. The only things used is the case, the GPU. Yeah, the case and the GPU. That's it. Everything else is brand new. And actually, I did grab a used motherboard, but I tried to update the BIOS yesterday, and it was giving me a hard time. So I just grabbed a new motherboard to call it a day. I mean, everything looks fine, but I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any case cables, because I don't know. I just got the feeling that I am, but I don't think I am. I think I'm fine. Um, yeah, I think we're good. Oh, putting it on Carl. Oh. Are you selling? Yeah, I am. I'm selling this. Assuming everything goes well, I'm gonna be testing it on stream, like playing some games, testing it out. Because these are literally my old specs, which is the crazy part. Because I ended up selling my 5500 when I upgraded to a 5600, which I regret. I'm not gonna lie, because I wouldn't have had to buy another 5500 had I not done that. But I mean, it's all good. I should make a pretty good profit from it anyway. So, yeah. I'm just double check and make sure everything is seated properly. Because usually, whenever did I plug the SATA cable? I didn't plug that back in. The SATA cable is not plugged in. Oh shoot! Is that behind the motherboard? Of course it is. Oops. I cannot see, bro. Oh snap! I think that's probably why I put it in the wrong spot. But yeah, it should be in there now. Yeah. Last thing is the hard drive is not plugged in either, because I don't have the SATA cable because it's behind the motherboard. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? I like that this motherboard it's a budget motherboard. Like I paid $74 for this, but it comes with about two slots, which is like more than enough on average, because most people have one NVMe, or if they can grab um two 512 gigabyte NVMe's for like $70-$80. Honestly, I think grabbing two 512s is better than grabbing one terabyte because I believe it's around the same storage capacity, but you may save like $10 to $20 on a getting two Gen 4 or Gen 3 512 gigabytes over a Gen 3 or Gen 4, I would say 1 terabyte. But that's solely preference though. I mean it's completely up to the person if they want to make that happen. That's not something that has to happen. Like I personally don't need a crap ton of space, which is why I've only migrated to a 500. I mean a 256 gigabyte SSD, M.2 SSD, and then just got a 1 terabyte hard drive because although a hard drive is slower, I mean I don't really play that many games. I don't really do too much on my PC anyway, so um yeah, it's not gonna really make that big of a difference to me. Like I don't need a crap ton of space. That's the thing. Like people default to like some of the more standard specs that pre-built companies use, but you gotta realize, like I watch ZTT builds out like almost every day, and when Zach is building PCs, he primarily like he does the same thing I'm doing now. He builds all his PCs on stream, but I've never seen him do what a lot of these pre-built companies do and cheap out on parts. Like all of his parts are, I mean, like all of his build guides are like really easy to follow and copy if you're trying to build your first gaming PC. Like they're really easy to copy. Um, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it just depends on the person and if they're motivated to do that or not. Because some people don't be they not locked in. So it's solely based off of if people are willing to tap in. You know, yo, thanks for the follow too. I appreciate it. I have a 9060, a 960 RTX. Wait, what? I never heard of that. What's a nine? You mean a GTX 960? Because that's a card. Um, a GTX 970. Oh, 9060. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you mean 9060, but even then, it's not RTX. That is AMD. That is Radeon. That is not RTX. Um, but I mean, I thought you would have been referring to GTX 1060. I mean 960 or 970 because that's the only thing that logically makes sense to me. Yo, what's in the PC? This has a RTX 2060 ROG Strix, a 5500. In my opinion, one of the best stock coolers. Um, 32 gigs of DDR4. Um, they are at a slower speed, but I want to clarify this because I don't know if the dude came in the chat or not yet. But someone, I wouldn't even use the word pressed, but someone commented saying that I was spreading false information, saying that RAM speed affects performance, and he said it didn't affect performance. Only the GPU and CPU has some affects performance. So I just want to clarify that. Obviously, the speed of RAM doesn't directly affect performance. What it does is it shows or gives you the proper speed of what your performance is going to be, at least regarding loading times and things of that nature. So having 32 gigs at 2400 megatransfers doesn't automatically mean that your PC is slow, because 2400 megatransfers is like, I think, the second. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's the second slowest speed on DDR4. Because I think 2133 is the default. 2400 is second. Then is, I think, 2666, 3000, 32, 36, 4000. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost certain that that's the RAM speeds on DDR4. But it doesn't affect it because at the end of the day, if you want the live stream, hypothetically, if you want the live stream using 32 gigs, because you still need, it's preferred to have 32 gigs of RAM when you're live streaming and gaming on the same PC. because that live is going to eat up your RAM a lot. Having 16 gigs, you are definitely bound to have bottlenecked RAM 10 seconds after your live starts. How much it costs? So I bought most of this stuff new. The case I had in my last build because I actually have the same motherboard in my personal PC. The case is used and the GPU is used both by me. Everything else is new. The RAM is new. Motherboard, CPU is new. Cooler is new. Power supply actually is also used. I forgot. The power supply is also used, but it was used by me. I had no. I'm reusing everything I know for a fact had no problems. There's no issues with anything that I previously owned. Um, yeah, so that part is settled. Thanks for the follow too, by the way. I have an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970, 16 gigs of RAM. Is that bad? It depends on what you're doing, because it's still not bad because if you're on a budget, because a 970 is, I think on average goes for like $50, $60 on the used market. So if you are using it for like light gaming and stuff, and you're not trying to play like top tier AAA esports, then you should be fine. But it depends on what you are doing with your PC. Where can I buy one or parts? 1K budget. 1K budget is definitely DDR4. You can easily, like off the top of my head, the main important specs that's going to cost the most. I would recommend using a used market to try to get a better deal on a GPU, because you could probably save some money getting a better GPU compared to buying one brand new. But I would say easily CPU. I would go with a B550 MK. That's one of the best budget CPUs on the market on Amazon at least. I haven't checked Newegg or any of the other like Jawa things of those nature, but I know the B550 MK is easily one of the best budget motherboards. But the only reason why I'm gonna recommend a different motherboard is because of the CPU. I need to pull up so I know the exact name, but the hold on, give me a second. I'm about to pull up Amazon because just so I get the name proper. If you do decide to follow this build, the MSI motherboard, MSI Pro B550 VC Wi-Fi Pro Series. It is a little pricey. It's $120 plus tax. It comes with its own Wi-Fi, and there is another one that is similar to it that is $74 that has. I think this comes with its own Wi-Fi as well. So yeah, it does. So you have, I honestly, the best dollar per value motherboard for a more high end build would probably be the B550 Pro VDH Wi Fi. It's $74.99 currently on Amazon, and you can definitely pair that easily with a 5700X. That'll probably, with a 1K budget, you could probably squeeze a 50. I would say a 5800X. Honestly, you could. I think you can squeeze a 5800X. You can get the X or the XT. I think they both are like around the same price on Amazon. If they are around the same price, which I believe they are, let me see. Let me just double check. Ryzen 7 5800X. Because last time I checked, the 5800X was like the 5800X was like it was like 219, and the XT was like 220 or something. Like they were so close together. Yeah, the XT on Amazon right now is 224, basically 225 round up. I'm not seeing the 5800X though. The X3D is on here, but it's 339. You could honestly grab an X3D, but you would definitely have to get a more expensive motherboard. With a 1K budget on DDR4, I mean on AM4, you would definitely have to get um you could get the 5800X XT or the X3D. All of those for a 1K budget is what I recommend. Oh, it actually dropped. There's a price gap now. The 5800X on Amazon is 194 with one in stock. It says. Um so I didn't know that. And actually the 5700X on Amazon right now looks like it costs more. It's at it's at 196.99 for the 5700X. The 5800X is 194. So they're basically priced around the same. So easily, if you want to maximize your budget, I would easily go with a 5800X. But you could probably throw in an X3D with the motherboard because that's a total of like give or take 4 to 500 on just the motherboard and CPU combo. Well, we'll say 450 to 500, but that still leaves you a crap ton of money for a GPU. And my recommendation, we're just gonna say that the motherboard CPU combo is gonna be, we'll round it up to 475. We'll meet in the middle. A 5060 Ti is probably one of the more recommended cards for a 1K budget. The 8 gig version, well, if you are playing in 1080p, I mean, 8 gig is, you don't need to have more than 8 gigs for 1080p. You only need more than 8 gigs if you're playing 1440p or higher resolution than that. But assuming you're playing 1080p, the 5060 Ti goes for 430, while the 5060 non Ti goes for 450, 350. I'm sorry. So personally, me and there's another Ti for 400. So I would probably go with the 5060 non Ti because you're still gonna use. Do I sell PCs? Um, I am rebuilding one to sell it, resell it. Yeah, no PC on the bed, static, or harm the components. Okay, I'll take it off the bed then, because it's not. It has no power right now. Like it's disconnected. But if it makes you feel better, I'll remove it. All right. But yeah, so let me readjust my camera angle so y'all can see the PC a little closer. But yeah, so what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, but yeah, I would go with a, I mean, for a $1,000 budget, I think anything under a 50 series, like a 5060, will probably be like a waste of money. Unless, because this is assuming brand new. This is all brand new stuff. So this is assuming you don't use the used market. That's what I want to emphasize, because you can use the used market. You can go on marketplace. You can go on eBay or Jawa or any of these other, excuse me, any of these other used marketplaces. And probably find, I don't know, maybe a 5060 Ti or 5070 even for like a pretty good deal. Possibly. I mean, you never know unless you look. But I would definitely say for this build a 5060. But I wouldn't get an X3D. I would recommend getting the 5800X because the X3D is the best. But if you have a 1K budget right now, I would say a 5600. I mean the 5800X, um, with a give or take $100 to $120 motherboard, which is puts you at like 350 at most. Um, yeah, to put you at, well, yeah, around 350, a little, probably a little bit more than that, closer to 400. We'll just say 400 for the motherboard CPU. GPU, I would get a 5060, which is around 350. We'll just round up to 360 after tax. So right there, you have 760 used, and you have a $240 budget left for everything else, which isn't a lot. I'm not gonna lie. So it really depends. It depends on what you're trying to do. Like these are just different ideas and possibilities that you can go with regarding a build. Because there is like you can get a 40 series card, like a 4070 maybe. I don't know what they go for brand new. I never checked, but you can find good deals. Even like the 30 series, like what I have is a 3070. I overpaid for mine. I'm not gonna lie. I paid uh I paid 285 for mine, and I've seen them used for like 200 to 220. So I definitely felt that regret after buying it. But it is what it is. But yeah, so I would say definitely to maximize your budget, I would say 5800X 3070, 3080 maybe if you can find one for a good price. But 3070 I think would be the lowest I would go for a $1,000 build. Because the 3070 is still a really reliable card, and even if you decided to play in 1440p, it's a really good entry level build. Like a 5800X and a 3070 is a really good 1440p entry level build. Now, if you really wanted to play in 1440p, I would recommend you save that $1,000 and go up to AM5 and have like a $15 to $2,000 budget. Um, yeah, motherboard MSI B550, CPU Ryzen 5800X 5060. What's left? So, I mean, you can get case. Well, the 5800 does come with a cooler. Like I think this cooler exactly. But I wouldn't recommend using that for a 5800. I would rather. I think it'd be just better and more efficient to use the AIO. That's just my personal opinion. Um, but yeah, so it really just depends on your preference. Thanks for the finger heart, bro. I appreciate it. Um, it depends on your personal preference on what you want to do. For a case, I recommend the case that I have, the Montec TG3, the TG3. It's 63. I think I bought it off Amazon for $63 some change. Probably one of the best dollar per value cases on the market right now. And it's ATX. So you can go with micro ATX or you can go with ATX. Either one works good and it looks really good. For pre-installed fans, it's called the Montec TG3. If you need me to type it in chat, I could. CPU 5060, Ryzen 5 CPU 8400F. So that sounds like that's DDR5. So it depends on what your budget is because 8400F isn't a bad CPU at all. How much you pay altogether? Um, that is a really good question. Let me calculate it. I plan on selling it for around 500 because it is like 85-90% new parts. So 500 I think is a really fair price for this. But let me see. GPU, I bought it used for 135. Power supply, I bought that brand new, but I've used it. I bought it brand new off marketplace for 40. Some dude, I think he said he ordered one, but they shipped them two, I think, or something. But it was completely unused, still in the packaging. They had the ceramic, not ceramic wrap. Is that what it's called? Not ceramic wrap, but y'all know the plastic wrap that stuff like that comes with. So that was 40. The case was 51 and some change. So we'll just say 51. But that's used, so the value goes down. We'll just say 40. So we're at 215 on the used parts. RAM was I got a good deal on these. It's a 2x16 gig stick to equal 3200. I said 3200, 32 gigs. But the speed is slow. I would say these are like 150. The cooler and CPU, we'll just say it's like 90. The SSD was. Let me see. What did it come up to? I gotta check. I don't remember the price off the top of my head. So I bought it off Amazon, brand new. What did it come to? What did it come to? Can you type the case? Yeah. So search up Montec. I can't even type. Hold on. Montec TG3. It's gonna be a triple fan glass panel case. It looks really nice, and it looks even better in person. It looks like you're missing two fans on the top case. No, so this case comes with four pre-installed fans, three in the front, one on the back for exhaust. Um, the only reason why there's nothing up there is because I had an AIO up there, but I didn't put one in this build. How much for it? The case was 63. Hold on, let me get the exact number for y'all real quick. Let me finish calculating this, and then I'll grab the exact number of the case, the exact price of the case for y'all real quick. I forgot that let me see, the SSD was 5087. All right, the exact price of the case is, I gotta pull it back up. It was 63.49, which is like a really good price. How much was the whole thing? That's what I'm calculating now. I just wanted to get the price of the case that I ended up using for this build. I meant for my personal PC. Yeah, this PC that's in the camera now, or this one here, the smaller one, is the one I'm selling. The one in the background over here, because y'all can see the fans a little bit. Um, that one is mine, my personal PC. The CPU in the PC I'm selling has a 5500. Uh, it's 74 on Amazon. Uh, it doesn't look like the one you have. Wait, what? Hold on. Yeah, that's what I. Jack, wait, it's not discontinued. You probably looking at the white version. The white version is 74.90. Oh wait, did they sell out? Wait, they might have sold out. Hold on. Oh wait, chat, they might have sold out. Wait, damn. Wait, they actually might have sold out. Cause I just bought it a couple of days ago. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, they sold out. Yeah, the white one is the only one available right now, and the white one costs more. The white one is at $74, but the black one, this is what the black one looks like. Oh wait, I'm pointing at the wrong thing. This is what the black one looks like. That's the one I have. That's what the black one looks like. But I think they sold out. It's looking like they did because this was 59. I mean, it's really one of the best freaking value cases on the market, like on Amazon, brand new. What's your new PC specs? Well, the only I didn't really rebuild. I didn't build a new PC. My PC is same parts, just in a new case. But I have a 5600, 3070, and 32 gigs of RAM at 3200 mega transfers. My PC, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of stacked. It's pretty good. Show it to the camera from your phone. How much can you buy it for? Yeah. So I didn't know they sold out of the case. It's a really good case though. I'm not gonna lie. But the case I bought it for 63.50. The white version is like 75. I mean 76, $77. But yeah. So I just waited out. Motherboard. Yeah, what's left? So for you, you have to get a power supply, well, let me see. That's four things: motherboard, CPU, GPU, case. So you need four more items. You need the power supply. You need RAM, which is probably I would recommend using the used market for RAM. I'm not gonna lie, because the deals I got on my RAM, I got 32 gigs, two 8 gig sticks of T-Force and two 8 gig sticks of G Skill for a total of $70. I think 75, 15 in let me see, no, 25 and 40 is 65. I'm sorry. I got 32 gigs of RAM clocked at 3200 mega transfers for $65 on the used market. And they were in perfect condition. Like, I bought the T Force first. It was a 2 by 8 gig stick from this kid that lived in North Philly for $40. And I picked it up from him. So I was able to negotiate a lower price because I picked it up. And then the other dude, he just upgraded the DDR5 and he sold me two G Skill RAM kits, RAM sticks, one for $10, the other for I mean one for 15 first, and then he sold me the second one for 10. I got 2 by 8 gigabyte sticks of DDR4 for $25. That's even better than the freaking T4s, and they're all clocked at the same speed, bro. That shit is crazy. This guy, bro. Bro, the rage bait is crazy, bro. I gotta chill. I can also add extra to the 1K budget if needed. Yeah, I mean, it really depends. Like how much extra are you thinking? Because I think my parts list would change a little bit depending on what the exact number is. Because if you can add at least $300 to $500 and make it 13 to 1500, um, then I would definitely say like get an X3D. Um, $200 to $400 extra. I mean, if even 400, like if we'll just use the max hypothetically, even an extra $400, you could definitely get an X3D. You can get all the parts. that you already have listed, as well as the instead of getting an X, you can get an XT or X3D. I mean, I don't know what I know the X3D is the best, obviously, and I don't know what the off the top of my head what the performance gap is for the X and the XT. But yeah, X3D is literally the best AM4 CPU you can grab on the market right now. I wish they re-released the 5700 X3D because that's the best price to performance CPU out there. Because if the X3D is 330, 340 on average, the 5700 X3D should be around like 280 to 300, which is like a really good price if you're building a high-end AM4 PC. I'm building a 9060 XT. I'm assuming the 16 gig version because the 8 gig version isn't worth it. With the Ryzen 5, a Ryzen 7 5700 is that good? That's actually a really good combo. Yeah, the 16 gig version is definitely the more recommended version. The 8 gig version, I'm assuming you're playing 1440p though. I would hope so because any 16 gig graphics card you should be playing 1440p. You would be wasting your money if you play games in 1080p with a 16 gig graphics card. Like it's just you're not going to be getting the full performance of the graphics card if you play on 1080p. 1440p with a 9060 XT. I'm not going to say no matter what the CPU is because that does matter. But with a 5700X, you definitely should be playing in 1440p. Is my GPU 1440p capable? You have the 5060, I believe. Um, you would have to get the 16 gig version. I think that would be better because the 5060 that I mentioned as 350 is the 8 gig version, which is better for 1080p, high FPS, especially if you're playing mid to high settings. Um, you may be able to run 1440p. Uh, you may be able to run 1440p with the 5060 8 gig, but it's the performance isn't going to be the best. Um, bro, I'm ignoring you because of what you're saying. I'm not like I'm just glaring over what you're typing in the chat, bro. That's why I'm not responding to it, bro. Like this dude's trying to get a reaction, bro. I'm just not giving it to you, man. What's the other four things missed from my build? So you got CPU, GPU, motherboard. You got case. So like I said, RAM, which I would say I recommend using a used market for, because you're on DDR4, so you can probably find a 8 gig stick. I mean, 2x8 gig stick for like less than $100. Which if you try to buy it on Amazon, 16 gigs of RAM on Amazon, I think for at the lowest goes for like 110. I think there's one kit at 3200 that goes for like 110. But you can buy a 3200 kit for probably less than that on Facebook Marketplace or just the used market period. So RAM, that's 5. Power supply with those specs, I will recommend at least 750. Just I think 750 is probably too much, but I just switched to 750 watt, and I mean, like I can future proof it. I can get a 5800X and a I don't know maybe a 5060 myself, and be fine on wattage. But I think easily a 750 watt power supply would probably be the bare minimum. Can I get $61? No. How much you selling this for? I have it listed on Marketplace for 550. I'm expecting to sell it for around five, really 500. Honestly, I think 500 is a really good deal for damn near all you new stuff. Cause I did get some thermal paste on the cooler, which was an accident when I was installing, but that doesn't really have an effect. But yeah, fresh in Windows install, 32 gigs of RAM, brand new motherboard, brand new CPU, brand new just about everything. Besides, only thing used in this PC is the power supply case and GPU. And then two out of the three of the things I just mentioned aren't as important as the main stuff, such as the GPU, RAM, and CPU. Uh, bro, yeah, I'm not responding to that, dude. What FPS you get on Fortnite and not streaming? So I use a mini PC to stream on YouTube and TikTok. So my mini PC has a 5700U, which is a lot slower than a regular 5700 on the desktop. But I use that to stream. I can run easily 1080p 60 frames per second with no problem. In this build, it has a 5500 2060 32 gigs of RAM. 650-watt power supply, and a 256 gigabyte SSD and a 1 terabyte hard drive. Can it? Yo, yo, this is, bro. I can't take this dude serious, man. I can't take him serious like at all, bro. This rage bait is unhealthy, bro. You need to get that checked out. Need to get it checked out. All right, but let me not waste no time because I do have some other stuff I need to do today. Give me a second. Let me just make sure that everything is good. It's still not powering, so I need to figure out what's going on. Because I'm still not getting power for some reason. Something must not be plugged in properly, or RAM might not be like there's multiple different things to check now. Because something isn't right. Uh, so we need to troubleshoot this thing. Because I've been doing a lot of talking, and I didn't even test to see if the freaking PC is good now. I'm just hoping that I didn't accidentally break the freaking CPU yesterday when I was taking it out of the last case. Because it was pretty hard to get. Like, I'm taking it off the motherboard because it was pretty hard to get off. I had to use a lot of force. And instead of the cooler coming off first, the freaking CPU and cooler came out. Like, and it was like not looking, it was not looking good. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just hoping that I didn't break the damn CPU. Like, worst case scenario, that's what happened. But best case scenario, it's just something that's not plugged in properly, or I'm gonna reseed the RAM because that could also be a main culprit too. The RAM's not seated properly. Make sure I get that double click. There we go. Double click. RAM is reseated. I'm gonna take out and reinstall the 24 pin power connector just to make sure that's all the way in there. All right, I did hear the click that time. I don't remember hearing the click the first time. Same with the CPU fan. I'm at the CPU cable. Did hear that click that time. I think all the case cables should be in there pretty good. Um, I mean, I should try it without the GPU to test it out and see. Let's see. Okay. What's next? Let me see. Reseated the RAM, reseated the cables, so it's not any of that. What should we check out now? Oh, we should try short circuiting it too. Um, yeah. I think I'm gonna try using a screwdriver to see if that turns it on or not. Yo, new PC question mark. Yeah, I'm building one. Let me turn on my hand cam so y'all can see. Let me turn this light off because it's like kind of bright. It's like bright as hell. I'm gonna try short circuiting it too using a screwdriver to see if that makes a difference. Where the hell did the power cable go? Oh. Okay. I really wanted to add like the GPU in here, but it's one of these cables, I believe. But even if the short circuit doesn't work, then that definitely means something is wrong. Because having no fans, like, it's one thing to not get a post. Wait, hold on. I think I'm. Okay, never mind. I plugged all the way in. That's installed all the way. Just trying to double check and make sure everything is where it needs to be. Everything's plugged in properly. Because if not, then that points to a hardware problem, which is the last thing I would want to happen. All right. let's reseat these case cables as well, just so we don't have to. Just so I don't think that they're the problem. HD goes at the bottom. Which one's HD? It is right here. This goes at the bottom. Reset goes right next to it. But I can't tell you how many times where when I was first starting to build my PC that this was literally the main. I thought I freaking broke something, but this was the main reason why it wasn't working. And I'm gonna just confirm with AI just to make sure that I'm putting them in the right spot. Um, I think Power W, I think goes here. Like I think they all are like in one spot. So I had it separated, but let me confirm with AI real quick. Sometimes, look, man, call me crazy, call me whatever you want, but sometimes, bro, using AI is important. You know, it helps. Um, Yo, new PC. This is when I'm building a resell. What's left for my build? SSD. Um, we got motherboard, CPU, GPU, RAM, SSD. I'm at RAM case. Um, but a 5800. I mean, I would recommend an AIO for the case. I'm at the cooler, and then resell or save the one that came with your CPU as like a backup. But um, I don't know. That's solely preference though. But if you got those, you need SSD, you need um wait, GPU, motherboard, CPU, GPU, cooler, RAM, case you already have, and then we need RAM, SSD, and we need power supply. RAM, SSD, power supply are the last things. 750 watt, 16 gigs of RAM minimum. But if you plan on playing 1440p, I would recommend 32. But that's your choice. We got power supply already. We got RAM already. So the last thing really is the SSD. It depends on how many games you want to run, but my recommendation would be if you have that big of a budget, I would say try to get a 1 terabyte. But if not, go with a 512. And then maybe get a second 512 later or something. All right, let me just, bruh. I think that's good. Let's try it out. Yeah. So I had the freaking power connector cable in the wrong slot. Silly me. All right, let's continue with the next steps of this. The good thing is that it turned on. So there's no hardware problems. My dumb self had the freaking power connector in the wrong slot. Wait, shoot. These screws are supposed to go onto the freaking GPU. Yo, guys, thank you for the likes too. 2.3K. Holy Christ, y'all are cooking, bro. You building a new PC? Yeah, this is what I'm reselling. I'm reselling this. But yeah, so we're good now. I had to make sure I didn't freaking break something. Does it matter what AIO? Not really. I mean, that's also like preference. I have a Cooler Master AIO, but I got like a lot of my PC specs I got on the used market. Like I got there's a brand new 240 millimeter AIO someone was selling because I think the PC he ended up buying, I think it came with one or something, and I think he thought it was coming with like a regular stock cooler, and he sold it to me for $40 brand new. Like, and I think those coolers go for like a little bit more, like a little bit more than that, like closer to like 50, I think. I haven't checked the price. That's actually one of the only things I haven't price checked. Uh, with my former build, and yeah, but here's the PC fully. Oh wait, these connectors must not be all the way in because the light isn't turning on. Or is it? Is it properly seated? What is going on? Usually the light comes on, light isn't coming on. Okay, it's turning on, but the GPU light isn't coming on. I don't like that. I'm not liking that right now. Hold on. Why is the GPU light not coming on? Usually there's like an LED by the power connector that uh indicates that it's working. So we need to figure out what's going on with that because usually it turns right on. So let's just give it an extra push, make sure it's all the way in. Give it an extra push, make sure it's all the way in. Still not turning on. That's weird. Why is it not turning on? I mean, the only way to really tell if it genuinely is working or not, I'm gonna reseat it actually, because that's not normal. I got a feeling that something's not proper, and I'd rather take the precaution than to risk it. How do I know how big it has to be? What do you mean? The AIO? It depends on what you're. If you're getting the Montec the TG3, you can get a 360 millimeter AIO or a 240. I have a 240 millimeter AIO, so it really just depends on your preference. I mean, like even though your case supports 360, you don't have to get 360 if you don't want to. Or if re if can't see. Oh shoot, I see the problem. Oh my lord. Am I cooked? Chat, I might be cooked. I gotta like be gentle with this thing, bro. Chat, I might have just sold. I don't think I did though, but I might have. Trying to get this freaking GPU lever. I said leather. Trying to like wiggle the freaking thing out. Can't tell what the heck is keeping it there. It's like, bro, it's so hard to see, man. Can't tell. I don't know where to. Can I put it right there? Maybe if it just stays. Phone, please just stay. Please. All right, there we go. Please just stay, bro. I can't even tell what I'm looking at. There we go. Chat, I'm such a bot, bro. I mean, just make sure it didn't bend. Bro, if I told y'all what I just did, y'all wouldn't even believe me, bro. Like, I'm such a freaking bot, bro. Let me just clear this off. It doesn't look broken. I think I'm gonna be fine. Or nothing looks damaged. Bro, chat, I'm the biggest bot in history. So for context, hold on, let me turn this around so y'all can see a little bit better. For context, as y'all can see, there's a little gap between the PCIe slot, which is right here, and the SSD. My dumb self decided to I accidentally mounted the damn GPU in between the SSD and PCIe slot. This little gap right here is where the freaking GPU was mounted at. And I didn't even know it until it wasn't like I realized it wasn't turning on. And that's when I finally noticed it. Like, bro, I gotta lock in. I don't think it's broken. It doesn't look broken. I mean, the best way to find out if it's really broken is if when it's installed properly, if it turns on, I mean, if the lights come on, and if the driver's installs, then I know it's not broken. So that's a wait and see. But we need to get Windows downloaded because oh shoot, I still got the power on. I'm like my brain is like broken, chat. I'm convinced. But the lights did come back on, which is a good sign. So the lights did come on. They showed red because the cables aren't plugged in. But I'm like such a bot. Both lights are on. It does light up. So it's looking good. Looks like we're good. But this is how it looks, guys. I don't have the LED port plugged in to control the LEDs with the light. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of couldn't find it, but it'd be alright. But yeah, CPU cooler changes color. The reason why I love this card is because you can turn this like pink RGB off and on if you wanted to. Um, but yeah, so let me. I'm gonna go ahead, flip this off, put the glass panel back on to this case because I really like this glass panel. That's part of the reason why I got this case because it was one of the cheaper micro ATX cases. And the crazy part is, like, I'm mad that I didn't even research or look to see if an ATX case could fit in a fit a micro ATX motherboard. I always thought if you had a micro ATX motherboard, you had to get a micro ATX case, and that regular like ATX cases can't fit micro ATX. But I didn't even use my brain because if ATX is bigger, then there's gotta be slots for a micro ATX or like you know I know what I mean. If I'd seen my ATX cases versus micro ATX cases, you understand what I'm saying. What fans you got? These are pre-installed fans that came with the the case. I'm gonna put y'all back up here, and FYI, I'm gonna be messing with the cables because I gotta connect the HDMI's from my build to this build so I can start to and webcams. The webcams may freeze. I just want to put that out there, so don't freak out when if it happens. The stream did not crash or anything. It's temporary. What the heck is this cable at? All right. Next, I'm gonna just connect Sorry, I had accidentally unplugged my mic in the process. This thing looks really good though. Looks really good. Let me put my phone back on the charger too. It's resetting the PC because whatever was on this motherboard previously, um, I'm just shutting like resetting it. Yes, I do have YT chat pulled up. By the way, Drift. What the heck? What just happened? Is it resetting? I think it is. Alrighty. Yeah. Well, in the meantime, while that takes its time, we get together. I can clean up. I just got jeans that came in for school, and really just because I needed some. Like, I've been wearing sweatpants for such a long time, and like not wearing jeans as much, and like I just needed to get some jeans. Like, it was kind of bad. You done building a PC? What kind of motherboard or CPU? What kind of coolant you got? What kind of case you got? For the PC that I did build and I am selling, the motherboard and CPU combo is oh snap, I done unplugged it. No wonder it's not turning on. But I thought I freaking broke something. The freaking power connector is just unplugged. Um what was I saying? Yeah, so the PC I just built, it has a 5500 RTX 2060, 32 gigs of RAM. The case I'm using is a I forgot what it's called. I think it's like a DIY something something. I don't remember it off the top of my head. Bro, why is my freaking mouse DPI always so slow when I'm in the BIOS? Because it was like this yesterday. Um, Alrighty, we are in the BIOS. Let me see if I can get it pulled up on the stream so I can see what I see. Okay, maybe I can't pull that up. I mean, I don't remember being able to pull up my BIOS on the stream anyway. So So SSD shows, the M.2 shows. All right, so everything shows. The G Skill RAM shows. XMP, let's enable that. Profile 1. Ryzen 5 5500, B550 MK, everything pops up. Actually, what I can do until this display comes up is I can hold on, let me replug in the face cam so that I can show y'all my screen. Okay, what the heck? Why is this thing deciding to be difficult? Sheesh, bro. Sorry, Jack. I know. I was trying to adjust my I was trying to adjust my freaking, what is it called? Get the cameras and stuff up and running, and it was being a pain. Yeah, there we go. Like it has its own off and on button. It's like weird. Why is it doing this again? Oh boy. Hmm. Trying to figure out what's going on here. It's being really difficult right now. Everything's turning on, but now all of a sudden I'm not getting imposed, which doesn't make sense. After all I did was enable Expo and resize bar. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Let me try something. I think I might have to clear the CMOS. Because I think that's the only other way that this is going to work properly. Because after messing with the BIOS, it's now not even like booting or like sending power to even the keyboard and mouse. Like the keyboard's not on, the mouse is off. Well, I lied. The mouse is on. I can change the DPI, but yeah, I gotta clear the CMOS, which is something I did have to do when I first started with this motherboard. Dude, there we go. Let's take this off because I'm gonna have to get up in there. And actually, I forgot the CMOS battery is located under the graphics card. Yay! So now I have to uninstall the graphics card again. That is great. Wait, what? What am I doing? Oh no, 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 no! I don't want to do that. Um, let me grab one of my tripods so I can set y'all up so I can see. Excuse me, I had the hiccups. Yay, I gotta remove the graphics card again. Awesome. The good thing is that I didn't even screw anything back, so I don't gotta unscrew that stuff again, which is good. So W for that. Yikes. these clamp is always being difficult. Alrighty. Take the CMOS battery out for about 20 to 30 seconds just to clear everything out, give it a bit of a restart or reboot, whatever you want to call it, and then go from there. So I think what I need to, I think because I changed stuff in the BIOS, that could be why it's being difficult now. That's just my theory as to why. Instead of going straight out of the BIOS and going to install Windows, I think that could be why it's being difficult. It's just my theory. So I think you have to just immediately download Windows or just go out to the Windows thing so you can install it. And then, go from there. All right. So I don't really need to reinstall the GPU. Oh, shoot. Yes, I do. What am I? Bro, I'm so dumb. How am I going to get a display if I don't install the GPU? Fucking dummy. Talking to myself for the record. Or about myself, I should say. For the record. How else am I supposed to get a display if I don't install the GPU? Like, use your brain. Where are the screws at? Okay, right here. So I'll say what I lose the screws to. Alrighty. This has been something. No. Please don't fall. Now, that happened to me the very first time I built my PC. The freaking stuff fell and inside the dang power supply, and I had to like take apart majority of the PC, like the back panel, and take apart the cable management and stuff just so I can get to that screw because that was that was one of the only screws I had access to at the time. I'm glad I haven't got any offers for this thing yet because, dude, it will be extremely delayed because screws are so small. Golly. course, my mic unplugged again. Why am I not surprised? HDMI is not plugged in, of course. I am being rage baited by everything right now. Like, it's so bad. I'm not gonna change anything. I'm just gonna save and exit, and then yeah, I'm just gonna save and exit. This should take me to the Windows setup page because the USB is plugged in, or is it not? Okay, there it is. All right, gigabyte sign. Is it gonna take me straight there? Let's see. Yeah, it is. It's just taking a little time. Dude, like, the rage bait is like, it's bad, bro. This rage bait is like, it's unhealthy. Unfreaking healthy, bro. This is being so difficult for like no reason. Yes, finally. And I think it'll just, I think I should have just got this motherboard from in the first place. Um, oh wait, the SSD, yeah. Bro, I almost sold. I almost accidentally installed Windows on a damn hard drive. But the hard drive does work too. That popped up. So that's good. But as you guys can see, Windows is now installing. So I'm going to just show you guys the setup process for this. Because once this is done, I mean, basically the stream is over. I just want to set it up and do some like test a couple of games, and then I have somewhere I have to go, and we'll just go from there. So yeah. Let me remove that keyboard and mouse from there, because if I sell them, then bro, Windows is now installing. Everyone clap. Bro, it's been a long process, but we've made it through. That last motherboard, I wasn't TMP 2.0. It wasn't TMP 2.0. Like capable. I guess the BIOS needed to be updated, but I don't even know if that would have made a difference. I really like. This is just the easier route. I took the easy way out, and I don't really care because yeah, it does take Windows does take a little minute to install, but it's installing, so W's to that. You mean where to go? That is, I guess. No, I got these in a 40. Yeah, because I wanted to get them a little bit bigger than what I know for a fact I can fit. All right. Well, we made progress. So Windows is almost done. I'm gonna log into my account and install some games, and then later tonight I'm probably gonna test them because yeah, I after Windows is I might not even test it honestly. Like I might just log in or like get into like the menu on like a guest account or something and just double check, make sure all the specs are there, take a couple pictures just so or I'll probably end up taking a video honestly. Just because when it comes to people buying stuff off marketplace, especially when it comes to electronics, you want to have proof that it works 100%. Like if you don't have proof that it works, they anyone can say that it works and then be capping to you. So instead of testing it, because honestly, these are the same specs that I already had, so I know the performance. You got a PC every time. I try to turn it on. It says preparing automatic repair. What does that mean? From the sounds of it, there must be something corrupt. If it's not sending you straight to the BIOS and is saying that, then there's probably something you probably have to go through the repair it's not system, but that the steps to repair the whatever's corrupted. Because and like I said, I'm not a PC expert. I'm not like a super techie person, but these are just the thoughts off the top of my head. But I believe that it's something that's corrupted that needs to be repaired. So you probably have to go follow the repair steps in order to fix it. Yo, what's good, man? Welcome, welcome. What do you think you could be about? Wait, what? I don't understand. You got to reword your question, my guy. I don't understand it. Still making its way. It's almost done now. It's a good thing because Windows can take some time to install. Man, oh man. But I like this PC. It looks really nice. Um, I mean, I would have rather gotten like a ARGB hub for this. But I ain't gonna lie, I really didn't wanna. I wanted to just get the important stuff. Are you into cars by chance? I don't know much about like repairing them, but I am in a process of trying to get my first. You buy stuff off Facebook Marketplace or sell. Well, most of this stuff I bought brand new. I got my GPU from Marketplace and my power supply from Marketplace. Um, and like the RAM I technically got it off marketplace, but it was unused. It was in a it was like wrapped up. It was basically brand new. The person got DDR. They got a PC that was DDR5, so they couldn't even use DDR4 RAM. When you gonna play Fortnite, I'm not gonna. So, um, there was a tournament today. I'm probably not gonna play it. There's a solo test cup and battle royale. I'm probably not gonna play, but um, I mainly just wanted to make sure this PC was up and running because I took the pictures and everything and listed it yesterday. So I want to make sure it's good to go and up and running by the time, well, that way when someone's interested, we can just make the progress happen. Marketplace is steel. I think I think people they go in a marketplace expecting to buy stuff at a steal price, but sellers like me, if I know the worth of my product or like what my item, I'm not gonna sell it at a low ball. Like I was talking earlier, I don't know if you were in the stream, but I was talking about earlier how I was originally gonna sell my 2060. Um, I was originally gonna sell my 2060, but people kept offering me these crazy lowball prices that I just wasn't going for. So I ended up just keeping it, and then ended up just putting it in this build. And this is a really good $500 PC. And I think I don't think I can go any lower than 500, just because that's 32 gigs of RAM. Like the speed is slow, yeah, but I think the most FPS difference the speed of RAM has is like 5 to 7 tops. It's probably not even that much. But the speed of your RAM does not affect your FPS that much. Get a Lexus S300. It's a TG. This man trying to give me some stacked car, bro. I'm getting just a basic car. I'm not getting nothing fancy. I just bought a new bike off of Marketplace. It was a steal. What type of bike was it? Was it like an e-bike, or was it like a pedal bike, like a regular pedal bike, or was it like an e-motorcycle or something? Because I've seen regular bikes, I've seen e-bikes, and I've seen motorcycles. Raptor 700, Raptor 700 quad. Bro, my sister laughed like a one of those witch from the movie, from the scary movies, or like those type of movies, bro. It's undeniable. Year 2017. That's actually not bad. How many miles? Oh wait, no, I'm tripping. Well, they do have miles like speedometers. Like, what's your mileage on it? Wait, do I actually have to log into an account, or can I like? I mean, I could reset it also. So like, I'm gonna just create one because I don't want to log into my info. I just want to log into an account so I can. This is not staying there by any means, for the record. And this is just a random email I'm coming up with. I'm gonna. Oh well, I didn't even type the way I wanted it to, but um, I guess I put my real birthday. Oh shoot! Wait, I gotta actually wait. Yeah, skip. Please skip, because I actually just made up this freaking email and it didn't even type out the way I wanted it to. It's only been trailed a couple times, so it can't be a lot. Oh yeah, that's understandable. Oh, 7 days until it's required. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna be using this PC for 7 days anyway. I just want to get into the regular menu so I can go into settings and take a picture of the specs so I can add it to the listing. Do you have hair or a buzz? I have twists, bro. I don't know if you can see the bolts, but I do have to take it. I have to take this do rag off soon and massage and moisturize it because it has been wrapped up since last night. but I have twist. Bro, my head shape is too awkward for a buzz cut, bro. Like I would every time I look in the mirror, I would laugh at me, bro. It's that bad. I'm not even gonna lie. It's that bad. All right. Holy Christ. All right. Let's because this resolution is crazy. Like not in a good way. This resolution is looking rough. Like really rough. We gotta fix this resolution. Yeah, there we go. 1080p. There we go. Keep change because I don't know what. No, what? Keep the no. 1080p. Stop trolling me. All right, there we go. Now we can properly get this stuff together. Why is my refresh rate not showing? It's weird. All right, well, I mean, it's not that big of a deal right now. Yeah, about everything's gonna show besides the GPU. Yeah, the RAM is not at the advertised speed. The 5500 shows the 1.14 terabytes of space shows, so that's all good signs. Let me download the drivers so that uh oh wait, why not just down I'll just download the drivers actually. Video RTX. Windows 11, fine. All right, this is the latest drivers. It looks like download, download. There we go. And for the record, this is how you download your drivers and update. Well, it's easier to update the drivers by just using a NVIDIA app. Um, bro, why is my monitor's refresh rate at freaking 60? Oh wait, I gotta, bro, I'm dumb, bro. I think I gotta do this. I gotta do this in the freaking thing. It's not gonna show up at two as 240. I gotta show it in the thing. This is a 240 hertz monitor. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. All the way up to 240. 240. There we go. And I'm only doing this for pictures. I'm not I was gonna game on this at first, but I decided not to because I think downloading games because I already had these exact PC specs. I mean, the only thing I didn't have was the RAM speed, and I didn't have 32 gigs of RAM. I only had 16 at the time that I had these specs. But I already know that the most FPS you can really squeeze out of this is like a av You could probably get 200 early mid game, but it's gonna dip like to 110, 120 during like mid end games, and stacked end games it dips under 100. Pretty can like that's just what the average is. In creative, you can definitely run a lot higher FPS, but this is still really good. Like you can, because I have the listing saying you can play any game in 165 FPS or more. Like this is just Fortnite. I didn't test all the like main games. I know BO2 or BO3, the GPU obviously does most of the work in that case scenario. So it it was pushing like I think it was like 400 FPS average, 4 to 500. I'm also testing how it is under load. This cooler is just loud. I thought I was tripping, but the what? NVIDIA driver installer cannot continue. Other installers are running. What? What installer is running? Oh, you gotta. Oh wait, hold on. Go back. Never mind. Wait back. Yeah, I might as well just download the whole app at this point. I mean, I think that would have just made more sense in the beginning, but it's a two for one. I think by downloading the app, you're also downloading the latest drivers as well. What are you saying about Philly? It's like 5K on Marketplace. See, the thing is, I don't really need another e-bike because I have one already. It's not nothing fancy. It literally looks like a pedal bike if you like was looking at it for the first time. It literally looks like a pedal bike. It's just I don't really need to get an e. I don't need an e-bike. Um, like I'm getting older, and I would honestly need a car more than an e-bike, especially because the school that I'm going to is 45 minutes from my house. Like I would Like I wouldn't. I don't even think I'd be able to take an e-bike there. It's like a 2 hour ride. My bike might actually make it, but because I have two 13 amp hour batteries that give you total of like 7 hours ride time depending on what speed you're riding at. Um, but yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't take my bike up there anyway. You said everyone clap that for Philly. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He was saying that because I finally finished building the PC, and now I'm waiting for the drivers to install so I can take video and some photos showing proof that all the specs listed are there and everything's working. Because I think the first thing people ask when they're looking for PCs is like, is everything working and this, that, and a third. Either that or they just immediately try to lowball you. Like, I would not be surprised if someone messaged me today saying like, "Yo, could I get this for like 400?" And I would decline because it's a damn near brand new PC. With the specs, it's a 5500 2060 32 gigs of RAM. Those are the important part, the important specs. And actually, I bought my 36 2060 for 135. 5500 goes for we'll just say 85, and 32 gigs of RAM of G Skill. Let me double check because the price varies on Amazon. These are 2 by 16 gig sixes and 4 8 gig sticks. And 2 by 16 gig I believe is more expensive than 2 by 8 gig. Yeah, I'm seeing that's 3200 mega transfers though. But I think the 2400 mega transfers kit will probably go for like 150. Oh, well, I don't even think they don't even have 2 by 8 gig 6 of G Skill on Amazon. They have a 2 by I'm at 2 by 16 gig kit on Amazon. They have 2 by 8 gig kit, which is 114. So if I bought two of those to make 32, it'd be like way higher than it actually is. What the hell am I Oh, they're cooking something downstairs. I was about to say, bro, I got scared for a second, chat. I'm not even gonna lie. I definitely got scared, bro. I thought the fucking PC was about to catch fire or something, or was like burning. But they're making like popcorn or something downstairs. What e-bike do you got? No one said to get one. Um, I don't know. It's like just a basic e-bike. I don't know. Um, it's like it's not nothing. It's not nothing fancy. It look like the latest drivers are installed. Let me just double check and make sure it shows. Yep, 2060, and yep. All right, it pops up. Perfect. So I don't have XMP enabled, but I'm gonna just take a picture and video of this just for the. You only read Twitch chat or something? No, I read both chats. I read both chats. With the specs, all used part? No, not everything. The only thing that's used with this PC that I'm selling is the case, GPU, and power supply. Everything else is new. Thoughts on 9060 XT 12 gig? I didn't even know there was a 12 gig version of the 9060 XT. I thought it was only 8 and 16, but that's dope though. All right, here we go. Um, well, I have it listed on Marketplace right now at 550. I'm planning to sell it for maybe 500. I think the lowest, like the absolute lowest I should probably go is like 450. I don't think I can go any lower than that because I wouldn't be profiting from it at all. I mean, even 450 technically isn't a profit for how much I paid for everything, and most of the stuff was new. How much you bought it all for? Around, I think it was around 450 to 500. I'm lying. I'm lying. It was 450 to 475 because I got a good deal on a PSU when I first bought it. Um, the case is in basically new condition. The only problem with the case is that the bottom fan has a one broken blade, but it doesn't. You can't even look. You can't even tell if you by looking at it. Everything like it looks normal. So the case itself, like the value naturally decreased from 51 and some change, which is what I bought it for new, and it obviously didn't have that problem. I kind of messed it up. Um, Shortly after getting it. But the case is worth around, I don't know, 50. Oh, wait, that's the other thing I wanted to do was, yeah, this, set up the Wi-Fi, and I want to test that out too. So I don't know if the Bluetooth automatically works or not, but I know with this Wi-Fi adapter, you have to set it up, like physically set it up in the settings, which is not even hard to do, I don't think. But I'm not even seeing a Wi-Fi option right now. Okay, wait, there we go. I think this is. Hey, all that hard work pays off for sure. Um, yeah, it definitely does. Definitely does, bro. Oh, general adapter. I'm guessing that's the Bluetooth adapter. And then this is my keyboard. I'm trying to think. Like, I'm trying to see if the Bluetooth device actually works or not. It just says unknown devices. Like that's so generic to me, bro. Like, give me something more. Can't even connect. Um, I mean, but from the looks of it, like it looks like it pops up. Wait, oh, my speaker is downstairs. I can't even test that. I mean, but there's like not nothing to Bluetooth connect to right now. So I'm trying to think. Is there? Let me go in the file thing again. Because the Wi-Fi says it's already set up. It's a D drive. C drive. Oh wait, and I need to allocate the hard drive too, because that's not allocated right now. Device manager. Device manager. Do you play Siege? I've been considering it. I haven't ran up any games yet. Disk drivers. What am I looking for? Storage controller? No, that's not what system devices. No. What am I looking for? No. I think it is this it? It doesn't tell me the storage on it, so there's no way for me to know which one is the hard drive. But it's not device manager. What is it? Disk manager? I think it's disk manager actually. It might be disk manager, not device manager. Oh, management. I said manager. Yep, it's not allocated right now. Dude, I forgot how to allocate these things again, bro. Like I haven't done this in so long. I forgot how to do it. Wait, I think this is it. We'll just keep it at H for hard drive. Alrighty, now it is working. So that was like a lot simpler than I thought. I thought I forgot how to do it. What keyboard and mouse do you use? For mouse I use the Attack Shark X11HE, and then for the keyboard I use the Attack Shark X68HE. So they're both from Attack Shark, which is probably one of the best keyboard and mouse budget companies out there right now. Which I 100% recommend for anyone who is now let me just so I do this properly, because it's not really much for me to do now because I already took the video. Um I already took the video of the parts and stuff. So really it's just a matter of being able to swipe this system without deleting windows. I just want to make sure I do it right. Yeah, because everything shows there. All 32 gigs. It only shows 2133 because that's the default. Question mark. What was your question? I just answered that. I think it's there on my T. Let me see. I just want to make sure I'm doing it. I do it properly. How do you factory reset a PC without deleting Windows or the Windows installer? Well, I'll just say Windows. As you can factory reset while keeping Windows installed, Windows will reinstall itself automatically. Start settings, system, go to recovery. Under recovery options, set reset this PC. Choose reset. Remove everything if you want. Completely clean. This removes apps, files, accounts. In settings, Windows itself stays installed / reinstall. Choose cloud download or local reinstall. Cloud download downloads a fresh copy of Windows. Local reinstall uses Windows files already on a PC. If you're selling a PC, I recommend remove everything, clean data on. If the option appears, makes it harder for the next owner to recover your personal files. Yeah. So we're gonna go to reset. Keep my files, remove everything. We're gonna factory reset it. What's your hobbies? Well, streaming is definitely one of my hobbies. Okay. Let me just hold on. Let me before I finish answering that, let me do this so I make sure I do it right. Cloud downloads the first copy of Windows from Microsoft. Best if you want a clean restart and uses the Windows installer files already on a PC faster and doesn't require a large download. But if the existing Windows files are corrupt, it could potentially cause issues. My recommendation: cloud download. It will not delete Windows. It will reinstall Windows fresh, wiping your apps and files. If you're resetting the PC to sell, tell me the next screen. Cloud download. It just says remove apps. It does not clean the drive. Delete all files only from Windows. Files only from Windows Drive, and then download and reinstall Windows. Alrighty. Well, everything is nice and healthy. Before I forget, let me add this video to the video and that picture to the listing so that I know so that it's there, and hopefully I can sell this thing pretty quickly for around or at the asking price. Hopefully. Ready to reset, remove all personal. Yes, reset. Alrighty, so W to that. Oh wait, you streaming tomorrow? What time do you mostly stream? On average, it really depends. Well, because I am not in school yet, I'm probably gonna be streaming 5 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock maybe, 5 6 o'clock. Probably on average. Honestly, it's usually the average time. When I was in school, that was the average time I was streaming. What time do you? Oh wait, sorry, it glitched for me. Are you streaming tomorrow? I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow. Um, I mean, just because I spent today building. Um, and I don't know if there's like any tournaments or something tomorrow. I know there's one today, but I don't think there's one tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think there's one tomorrow. So I'm probably not gonna be live today. I'm at tomorrow. All right, so once this reset is complete, I will be concluding today's stream. It was definitely a good one. I had some fun, and it was also a little scary because I thought I was cooked. Because after the freaking the uninstall of the CPU and cooler yesterday, I thought it was a done deal. But thankfully, there was nothing that happened to the cooler. Everything was good. Everything turned out well. So W's to that. We're just gonna wait for this reset to get done, and then we are gonna conclude for today. I definitely had a good time though. I had a lot of fun streaming and even going through the motions with y'all. It's all part of the process, you know. It's all part of the process. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, my hobbies. Right, right, right. Well, streaming is definitely one of my obvious hobbies. Um, I've also run track. I've been really inconsistent with it this year because of just the things I was occurring in my personal life. But running track, basketball, um, hmm. I mean, I guess track slash working out because I do work out consistently enough. I'll put it that way. It's not really much else. Yeah, I mean, my hobbies are really simple. Yeah, I mean, it's not really too much that I do. So, yeah. It's like it's I'm a pretty simple person. Like I am the most probably the most simplest person you'll meet. Is a RTX 5070 with an Intel Core Ultra 9275HX good. That CPU sounds like a beast. I am not all too familiar with the Intel Core Ultra CPUs that much, but I do know that one based off the looks of it, it sounds like one of the newer ones that came out. And my understanding of them that they're really good. And I mean a 5070 is just a beast itself. So yeah, I definitely think it sounds like a pretty good combo. Is a 500-watt power supply good? Only if you have parts that don't need that much wattage. 500-watt power supplies are usually used with really, really budget builds and older parts. Like 500 watts is good for like early Ryzen 5 CPUs and like GTX GPUs. Like even though you could probably well actually you can't use I don't know if you can use the regular two fan 2060s with a 500 watt, but I know the one that I have you can't use. For 3060 Ti, probably it's probably not recommended because I would imagine that you're not gonna have a 2600 or even a 3600 paired with that. So I wouldn't recommend it. I think 600 or 650 watts should probably be the minimum standard for a gaming PC. Um, Oh, that's what you use? Well, I mean, if you're not having problems with, like I said, I'm not an expert on wattage. Like, if if the wattage if it works for you and it's not like overdoing it, then I mean, go crazy. I was just saying, like off the top of my head, because I'm not doing any research into it, but off the top of my head, just to be on the safe side, I would get like a just 600, 650 watt. I'm so confused. Do you live? Yes, I live in Philadelphia. I've always lived in Philly. I haven't left, you know. I did go to college for a semester in Delaware, which that's its own story, but ended up not working out. and now I'm going to a college that is in Pennsylvania. That's about 45 minutes from where I live. So yeah, it's been great, but I don't think it's gonna turn back on because the reset. So it should be good. Mm. Wait, your name ain't Phil? That's my first name. Yeah. Well, not my first name, but that's my nickname. Oh, it did turn back on. Wait, so did it not reset? Like, hello? Oh shoot, did I interrupt the reset? Oh snap, bro, my bad. I think I interrupted the reset, guys. I think I might have to redo it. Oh GG's. Gee freaking G's. I might have accidentally interrupted the reset. I thought it was like glitched or something. I don't know. It just went black and the monitor like turned off. Yikes. Yikes. I gotta restart this. Well, it gives me a little bit more time to talk to y'all. So W's to that. Are you saying Pitt like Pitts like the school, or are you talking about the state, Pittsburgh? Oh, yeah. You're talking about the. Are you talking about the football team? I don't know. I'm just trying to. Are you referring to the football team or like the NFL team? Or are you talking about like one of the college teams? Because there's University of Pittsburgh and then Pittsburgh University, I believe, something like that. So there's. I don't. I'm a little lost. You gotta be a little bit more specific. You got pets? Yeah, I have fish. And we have a house cat. But my personal pets are my fish. They're all in a 10-gallon tank over there. Let me see if I can see them. I can't really zoom in too much, but they're in a 10-gallon tank over there. But yeah, so those are my pets. And actually, I have to give them to my mom to babysit for me or pet sit for me because my college does not accept pets. Any pets. So that's a bit of a bummer, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, college. It sucked, but it is what it is. It's all good. You selling your PC? I built a separate one, so this is it over here. This is it on without the tempered glass. Has a 5500 RTX 2060, 32 gigs of RAM, to 556 gigabyte SSD, and a 1 terabyte hard drive. Um, yeah. So let me get it. I mean, if you're willing to pay for it, I'm not just giving it to you for free. I have it listed right now on Marketplace for 550. I plan to sell it for like for like 500, 475 at the lowest. I think 475 is probably be the lowest because it has majority new parts. Um, yeah, so I think that's probably what my price is gonna be. But I really want to sell it for like 500. No, I was kidding because you get no pets. Oh, no, he's referring to the college I'm going to. How well do you think it runs? Well, I know it runs well. Because I used to have these exact same specs, and the GPU that's in this PC was my old 2060 that I used to use a few months ago. So I know for a fact the performance is pretty solid. Like when I played Fortnite, I was averaging. Well, I had a 144 hertz monitor at the time. Then I upgraded to a 240, and I was running closer to like 200 consistently. And that's without tweaks. Like these dudes, I see people talking about tweaks all the time, and I swear every time I search them up, I try that stuff, and it just doesn't make a difference, or I don't see the difference. I don't see an FPS jump. I don't see an input delay jump. Like I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just doing the wrong stuff for the people that are the videos I'm watching, they just aren't good or effective tweaks, but I don't know, it just doesn't work. What are you majoring in college? Psychology. That may change though. Um, but as of right now, psychology. I think psychology is a really a broad major, and you can take just about any route in life that you want with the degree, with the bachelor's. And I believe the school I'm going to has a master's program too, so there's a high possibility that I'll be getting my bachelor's and master's in psychology from the same school. So that'll be a W, and I'll be able to get like walk out of college with my resume. I can probably grab just about any job I want. I'm like 95% confident I can get just about any job I want that requires those degrees. Um, fresh out of college, especially with my resume. Like I've been working with the youth in my community for now 5 years. Um, I've been I was in I was young at one point and was experienced and stuff with certain things that I was doing. Um, and I mean, yeah, so like I'm like really confident that I can get just about any job that I want. Uh, with bachelor's and masters in those fields. All right, well, the reset is at 100% now, so it's basically done. I'm gonna go ahead and put this tempered glass back on the front of this so I can start getting my room back to looking like a room and not freaking science project. Dang it. Bro, this thing is always like being complicated. There we go. Just lining it up just takes some time. I'm assuming it's gonna restart. So now that it blacked out this time, I'm gonna wait instead of clicking it because I think that is what canceled the restart the first time. I'm gonna just wait it out and see what happens next. Well, this thing looks great. Looks great. All right, so I'm gonna flip the camera back over onto the PC so y'all aren't looking at a blank screen. It just looks better, but do computer hardware. I don't know if the school has that major, but I am open to a technology major and with a minor in psychology. I am open to that 100% because I've gotten really good with PCs and building them and like diagnosing them when there's a problem. I've gotten really good with it over the last 5 6 months, or I should say, yeah, about 5 6 months. So that actually isn't that bad of an idea. Software engineer, yeah, they get paid. I can definitely admit a software engineer gets paid, like 100% without a doubt. They get paid. So that is definitely an option. It's an option. I'm not against it. It really just depends. So, but yeah, software engineers they are the goods. I would definitely say, bro. All right. Well, my jeans came earlier today, so W's to that. I need to get my room back together while I wait for this reset to be done. Ooh, I gotta stretch. Oh. I got a crap ton of trash to take out. All these, there's like the PC case box and stuff. Like all of this stuff has to go. Oh, let's see. What is this? Yeah, follow question. Oh, okay. Yeah, that wasn't no. So I don't know for sure if the reset was confirmed or not. Let me ask AI. That could be normal during reset, especially if to reach 100. The PC may restart, and the display can go black while the keyboard and mouse fans say power. Wait 10 to 15 minutes. First, don't turn it off yet. If the screen is still black after that, check whether your monitor says no signal. If the PC is still running but nothing changes after 15 20 minutes, time out of fan spinning, no signal. Monitor says does pressing cast. Jeans uncomfortable though? It depends. Like if you get them, it depends on like the type of jeans you end up getting and like if they're like tight or something. Oh, yeah, that's a good sign. The PC is still powered on, so don't shut it off yet. Since the reset hit 100 and display on black, wait another 10 to 15 minutes. Watch for the PC. Watch for the PC to reset automatically if the monitor hasn't switched button. Do not hold the power button. All right, so it's 5:02 now. And I'm gonna wait until like 5:15, 5:20 to see if there's anything that comes back on. You're streaming on Twitch now. I feel so bad that I left. No, you're good, bro. I stream on YouTube and Twitch. I mean, in TikTok. I do have a Twitch account too, but okay, I did kind of move the mouse a little bit. The screen came back, so I'm just still waiting for it to confirm. But it's they'll say that ooh, it's calling me on Discord. No, Surges. Bro, turn off. It didn't even let me answer it. This is very big. There we go. Finally. Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. What's good, man? You said your neighbor had your monitor? Did you said they stole your monitor? Yeah, that's rage bait. Oh, it got delivered. It got delivered to them. Oh, all right, all right. Well, at least it came. So W's to that. How much hertz is it again? Is that the 240 or is that a 180? What does it say on the box? So I had to buy a new motherboard for the PC because the other one it was I ain't gonna lie I was getting rage baited. So uh, and I don't even think it's broken. I think I was probably just putting in the CMOS battery wrong, and because I was so annoyed, I didn't even realize it. But after watching some videos yesterday, I think putting in the CMOS battery a different orientation could cause it not to work. But yeah. But I was just I installed the new motherboard and I went in to make sure and I installed Windows on the PC and I'm resetting it now so that it's ready to be sold. It don't say what? That's what type of monitor company is that? How the hell do they show me the front of the box? What does the front look like? But it don't got no number. What type of company is this? No, I'm not talking about the delivery company, genius. I'm talking about the monitor company. Why did they send you a well where did where did you buy it from? Oh, nice. Okay. Did she pick out the monitor too, or you didn't send it to her? So then that it should be 180 then, I believe. It's either the 181 or 240 hertz one. I don't know, one of the two. But this reset is taking some time though. I'm not even gonna lie, man. This thing is taking some time, bro. But the PC does look clean though. I like it. Mm. Man, teeth and palms, no more 60 FPS. I said, this man, teeth and palms, no more 60 FPS. Teeth and palms. Hey, man, I remember that feeling when I first got mine. Can't say I blame you. This dude already breaking stuff. Damn, just through the box? Like, that's how we feeling? Where's the stick? What? He said, where's the stick? What? No way it came with just a monitor and no monitor mount. That's cap. It's somewhere. Check the box. No, I mean it could be. This man, you gotta get this together, Surge. We talked about this. Is it finally done? I think the reset is finally done. Oh, this rain is gonna be light. Oh yeah, it's done raining. Perfect. Sir, gotta get this together. All right, flip it over. That's what I'm like, bro. I know I wasn't tripping, bro. I'm like, bro, Serge, get it together, bro. You gotta lock in. Trying to think. Look like, I mean, it do, but it don't. There ain't no sticker or nothing on the back. Cause it look like it's something that's supposed to attach to the. It's something that's supposed to attach to the back of the monitor and to the stand. So something ain't right. Something is definitely not right, bro. Let me see. Bomber clad. God damn, Serge. Did you find it? This bot, bro. Like he's a drone in a game and in real life. Like it just gets to a point. This guy's droning in real life. Let me see. Bro, that's average size though. Like that's literally how it's supposed to go. I knew I wasn't tripping. I'm like, bro, there's no way this dude's monitor came with no freaking stand. Like, bro, you gotta get this together. Yo, it's still buffering, bro. It still didn't reset yet. I'm about to go get dressed. Yo, chat. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm a day. For this stream. Yeah, yeah. Everybody done seen this. I don't even know what to call it, but I'm gonna call it a day. I'm about to get dressed and I got somewhere to go. Plus, I need to get my room back together because it look a little crazy. It look less crazy now, but if y'all look outside of the camera, you would understand. It's looking a little crazy. But this is the PC build. I'll keep you guys posted on if it gets sold, things of that nature. But I'm gonna call it because this reset is taking way longer than I thought it was gonna take. So yeah, I'm gonna be out this thing though. I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for coming through on a journey. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Make sure you boys stay blessed, bro. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay true to yourself. I'm out this thing, bro.